Yo, 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 it's Nelson George with another Follow the Sound. I'm on 14th Street, corner of 14th and Irving. And right over course, there's two NYU buildings. There's that one, and there's that one. And somewhere between those buildings were a number of institutions that were real parts of New York nightlife. There was a pool hall over here that went on all night, and all kinds of stuff went on in there. There was a Luchow's, which was a vintage kind of New York bistro, and it was a place that originally was built in 1927 as the Academy of Music and later became known as the Palladium. As the Academy of Music started as a movie theater, and then by the 60s it became a rock hall. The Stones played there, a bunch of those kind of bands played there in the 60s, and in the 70s it became the Palladium. And I kind of entered the picture there. I was a young music critic working for Billboard, so I was sent to review a bunch of shows here at the Palladium. I saw, I think Van Halen's, one of their first shows, if not their first show in New York, opening here for Foghat, which was then a pretty big band, and obviously Van Halen eclipsed them. I also came back and saw a band I really hated, which was Canned Heat with Jorma Kaukonen. That was a pretty bad night for me. I didn't like their music at all. I did what I had to do. And then, so later, Ian Schrager and Rebel, who had been the stars of Studio 54 and made that into a phenomenon in the 70s, took over the Palladium, made it into a club, a giant cavernous kind of club. I had an opening night party, I believe, in #85. And I was there actually at the opening night party. I remember two things. I ran into Tom Cruise. I had no idea he was that short. And I remember the giant mural that Jean-Michel Basquiat had in the Mike Todd room. The Studio 54 glamour didn't work for Rebel and Schrager. That era was over. And actually the parties I remember here at the Palladium were ones that were done by Sean Puffy Combs. They were kind of the parties, part of the parties that made him into a very successful and well-known New York nightlife guy in that aspect of his career. So this was this place had an incredible run. It's been an NYU dorm long enough that I'm sure a lot of people no longer remember the Academy of Music, the Palladium, but the legacy is there. Lots of live albums. If you want to check it out, there are lots of live albums that were recorded both at the Academy of Music and at the Palladium. All right, Nelson George, Follow the Sound. See you soon.